And we're starting off with Nick Khan, and it took him just 3 years to go from a new management hiring in WWE to the CEO of the company, and has made plenty of changes to both the on-screen product and backstage. It was Khan's call for main roster talent to appear in NXT, and while some of his ideas haven't been well received by fans, that isn't the case within the sports entertainment promotion. BWE recently reported that Khan's vision is accepted on all levels, with Triple H and the board of directors approving of the ideas that he has had so far. The report adds that plans for NXT to be a solid third brand are being widely accepted behind the scenes, and fans can expect filtration and updates in the months to come. These updates are all part of a monumental plan for the 2024 to 2025 season, which Khan aims to be a year-long season of huge positive developments for the promotion and the on-screen product. Nick Khan may not be the most popular name among fans, even saying that he'll gladly take the blame for mass layoffs, but his ideas have been well received backstage, so expect more of them in the months and years to come. Since 1990, Chris Jericho has been developing and redeveloping his character in wrestling, and has proven to be a success no matter which company he is in. Right now, Jericho is a leading name in AEW, and has said that he expects to retire in the promotion one day, but one ex-WWE superstar hopes that retirement comes sooner rather than later. It's no secret that Jericho isn't the agile athlete he once was, and when Rene Dupree was asked by the Wrestling Then and Now show to send a message to Jericho, he had 2 words for him: please retire. Dupree isn't the only person who thinks Jericho should be wrapping up his in-ring career very soon, and some have even accused him of taking spots that could have gone to the younger stars of AEW. While Jericho is certainly gifted in the ring, some have said he would benefit AEW greater from a backstage position, or perhaps take his skills on the microphone and become a commentator. In the end, only Chris Jericho will decide when he's ready to hang up his boots for good, and while some hope for it to happen soon, don't expect Y2J to call it a career until he's good and ready. From a legend of pro wrestling to a fresh face now, as Gable Steveson made headlines when he signed with WWE in 2021, but his run hasn't worked out how he or the company had hoped. Despite being drafted to Raw that year and hitting a move during WrestleMania 38, Steveson hasn't done much in terms of wrestling on TV. His most recent appearance on WWE TV was in December last year alongside fellow Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, and fans have been left wondering whether WWE will end up using him at all. While speaking with Associated Press, Gable Steveson talked about his WWE future and stated that his time is coming, and it's coming soon. He explained, "I'm still doing my thing. I've changed my diet, my body appearance. I wanted to be the best thing ever, so when I did go on TV, it was going to be a sight that nobody has seen before. My time is coming, and it's coming sooner than a lot of people think." It has been reported that Steveson wasn't showing the level of improvement WWE had hoped for him, but those reports were some time ago, and it's unclear if this is still the case. All we know is that Steveson is a huge name outside of WWE, and that's something WWE is eager to capitalize on, but with talks of him entering the Paris 2024 Olympics, it could still be a long time before he's in a WWE ring. Since his release from WWE in 2020, Erick Redbeard has appeared a handful of times for AEW, but recently, the former Bludgeon Brother has turned his attention to acting. Speaking on the Heated Shenanigans podcast, Redbeard revealed that he is taking acting more seriously and has already had some success on camera in a non-wrestling role. He mentioned his involvement in a wrestling skit for the Netflix show I Think You Should Leave, describing it as a fun experience that allowed him to explore the comedic and improvisational side of acting, and who knows when we'll next see Erick Redbeard in the world of acting. Back to WWE, and LA Knight has proven to be a hit with fans on the main roster, so much so that he was considered a favorite to win Money in the Bank before he even had a qualifying match. Knight's popularity is something of an enigma, given that he has not been picking up many wins since arriving on the main roster, and has been a part of very few prominent storylines. One could argue that Knight's only major angle was with Bray Wyatt, which ended nearly 5 months ago, and on his drive-thru podcast, Jim Cornette spoke about Knight's bizarre push. "If this is somehow planned to be this way, this is the strangest push in the history of wrestling. No matter how much they like him, the fans I mean, they either beat him or he wins by the skin of his teeth and generally gets the short end of the stick every time. People cheer for him because they want to. At this time, Knight is still considered the favorite to win the men's Money in the Bank briefcase, though it has been said that WWE has an alternative pick in mind if they don't go with the former Eli Drake. Cornette had plenty to say, but what do you think of Knight's booking? Has it worked out for him, or would he be in an even better position if it was different? Make sure to share your thoughts in the comments down below. If you've seen Baron Corbin in the ring over the past year, odds are that you haven't seen him win a whole lot of matches. No matter whether he's on Raw or SmackDown, the Lone Wolf struggles to catch a break, but things are different on NXT. Since his return to the Gold brand within the past month, Corbin has held his own with NXT champion Carmelo Hayes, who made an appearance on last week's episode of SmackDown. During Wrestling Observer Radio, it was explained that Corbin's booking is coming directly from Triple H, despite many speculating that his NXT push is thanks to Vince McMahon. It was stated that this is a unique way of getting Corbin over, as with how much he loses on SmackDown, he looks even better whenever he appears on NXT. It may be a somewhat convoluted way of pushing Corbin, but it appears to be working for him so far, and expect to see more of this booking with the Lone Wolf on NXT and SmackDown. Last week, NBC's Young Rock was officially canceled, with the biopic into the formative years of the Brahma Bull reaching 3 seasons in total. Fans of the show are disappointed as they were eager to see The Rock's career grow in the WWF, but it appears that those at NBC are very pleased to see the show go. During Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer explained that NBC was likely looking for any reason to cancel Young Rock and had made efforts to make the show as unsuccessful as possible. He said, "We knew it was. I knew it was the minute they moved it to Friday night and that first rating came in. Really, I knew when they moved it to Friday night that this was coming because that was not going to draw head-to-head with SmackDown. The minute you saw that, you go, no thinking person would ever schedule Young Rock head-to-head with SmackDown, but they did, and the show wasn't doing great on Tuesday anyway, so it might have been a way to justify." Meltzer added that there are a lot of examples in TV of someone wanting a show canceled but not wanting the backlash of canceling it, so they sabotaged the show's chances by moving it to a difficult time slot. Sure enough, Young Rock's ratings had taken a tumble after the move to Fridays, and NBC can use these ratings to justify the cancellation. And are you going to miss Young Rock now that it's canceled? And we're ending with SmackDown, and fans are hardly thrilled to see Charlotte Flair back on TV and immediately be inserted into the Women's Championship picture once again. Flair has spent practically her entire wrestling career either being a champion, challenging for a championship, or on vacation, and it's not just the fans who are sick of this. On Twitter, Bianca Belair said that she'd been processing what happened, noting that she was told if she didn't interrupt Asuka's championship presentation, she would be guaranteed a rematch. Sure enough, Belair stayed away, but is perplexed that Flair, who did interrupt the segment, gets handed a rematch, with the EST musing if she's trippin'. Belair isn't alone in her criticism, but it is safe to say Flair doesn't care, as in a tweet herself, she shared a video of Triple H mocking fans who criticize or even threatening to stop watching WWE. Between Flair's title match, the talented Belair, and the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, Asuka's days with the gold may already be numbered, and it's telling that it's not just the fans who are unhappy with Charlotte's return.